What is going on, guys? My name is Versatile, and welcome back to another video. And I want to talk about something. So, a few weeks ago, the PlayStation service had an outage, and I made a video on that, talking about how you don't really own a lot of the games if you bought them digitally. You're just kind of paying for a license, and a lot of people couldn't really play their games when the PlayStation servers were out. So I took this opportunity as like a wake up call to start buying digital, well not digital, but start buying physical disc again. And later on, I bought about 6 games. Now, 4 of these we're not gonna pay attention to, but there are 2 that I mainly want to highlight. So, I was watching a Some Ordinary Gamers video about like how physical and digital that type of stuff. And I looked, and it was a game that I had, Cyberpunk 2077 Ultimate Edition, and apparently this is more of my fault, but the Ultimate Edition only includes like a voucher code for the expansion. So basically, what I'm trying to say is that I bought Cyberpunk 2077 Ultimate Edition. You're gonna see that on the channel pretty soon. I also bought Elden Ring Ultimate Edition, or at least the Shadow of the Erd Tree Edition that came included. Um, but that was the 2 main Ultimate Editions I bought. Now I don't really buy Ultimate Editions of games. I usually buy the Standard Edition, mainly because it's cheaper. But we're gonna gloss over that. But what I really wanted to talk about was that the Ultimate Edition of a game, I'd expect to have all the content included in a disc. Something like a complete edition. However, it seems that this is not the case. So I was watching a Some Ordinary Gamers video, and I looked at my Cyberpunk copy because it was something in the video when he said that that Phantom Liberty expansion doesn't it's not included. You just get the base game and then a voucher. Um, and I just looked at my copy and it said the exact same thing. So me, I was a little bit bewildered. I don't know. Like I guess I didn't see it at the time. But I didn't know that like the Ultimate Editions only came with like vouchers. So I looked at my Elden Ring copy, and it said the same thing. Includes voucher for Shadow of the Erd Tree. And I'm sitting here like, if I buy an Ultimate Edition of a game, why do I still get it? Why do I only get a voucher? I guess it's me being petty or something. But I honestly think if you buy an Ultimate Edition of a game, you should have the whole thing on the disc, especially something like Phantom Liberty and Elden Ring. I don't care if it takes up that much space. I'm not sure how much space that CDs or discs have, but I do find it a little bit off-putting that there is a Ultimate Edition, but you only get like a voucher for it. Which, if that's the case, I could have just bought that digitally. At that point, I could have just bought a digital copy, but not a digital copy, but I could just bought it at the PlayStation Store or bought it on PC on Steam. But I did want a physical copy because I think Cyberpunk 2077 is a pretty good game, so I wanted to buy it physically. But I didn't have the Phantom Liberty expansion, so that's why I bought the Ultimate Edition to begin with. I really thought that Ultimate Editions really came with the game and the expansion included. Um, I didn't expect this for Cyberpunk or Elden Ring, but that's pretty much what I wanted to talk about. I think that if you're gonna buy an Ultimate Edition of a game, because at least with digital, you get the Ultimate Edition, you have everything. You can download everything. However, I think it should be the same way on a disc as well. You have your expansion and your base game. Now, I'm not sure if every game does this, and I just haven't caught on, or if they just don't do this at all. But I do think if you're gonna buy an Ultimate Edition of a game, they should have everything on that disc, or even 2 discs. I don't mind 2 discs on the game, but honestly, I was a little bit caught off guard with that because at that point I could have just bought a digital copy. But then again, like I said, if I bought a digital copy and the servers had an outage again, I would be SOL pretty much. So that's just what I wanted to talk about. It may not make sense to a lot of you, but um yeah, I think gaming, if we keep allowing stuff like this to happen, thing is that companies are bold. If you give every huge entity is like bold now. So you give them an inch, they'll take a mile and a half, basically. not even just a mile. They pretty much go out of their way to kind of screw you over. But that's what we saw with Ubisoft when they said that people should get comfortable with not owning their games. And you see, we're not having it with Ubisoft. You know, they're about to go bankrupt now. But those are for anyone who's like hardcore into gaming. But if you're like a casual, you might not understand this. But um, yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about. If you guys did enjoy, I will do a rant again sometime. It depends on if I'm inconvenienced by something else. But yeah, you guys are gonna see the Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty Let's Play, as well as the Elden Ring Shadow of the Earth Tree kind of campaign. You're also gonna see Stellar Blade, Mortal Kombat, and Street Fighter 6. You already saw Motorfest, but those are just I don't know what the ETA is gonna be on those fighting games because as you see with the Mortal Kombat video, I've got packed up on easy difficulty, so I'm gonna have to practice a lot more before I even think about touching a fighting game. But yeah, that's all I want to talk to you guys about. Not really nothing too serious or nothing too deep or heavy. I hope not. But yeah, I will see you guys in the next one.